You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run to your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome, Louisiana Crime number 3. Decided to jump on here and do this. We're still going to do our normal thing tomorrow night. I just had some extra time, so I figured I'd jump on and do Louisiana Crime. As always, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rumble, Truth platform, all that stuff. If you're listening to the audio version, if you're on Apple, go hit the 5 stars, write us a review. I appreciate it. Always helps with the algorithm. Before we get into the crime part of it, I don't know if you're on the Facebook page, you see the post I made about Nick Tugay. This is pictures of him. This is how I remember Nick. He was a motor cop in East Baton Rouge Parish. He was real big into with our motor competition and stuff, with Dream Day and all the little kids with cancer and stuff. I mean, he used to put in a lot of work. He used to raise a lot of money. He used to get a lot of stuff for door prizes and stuff. It really hadn't been the same since that tragedy struck. We'll talk about it in a minute. He was shot in that incident in Baton Rouge where we had several officers and stuff killed. This is Nick now. He was shot in the head and stuff. Unfortunately, I remember Nick like this. I prefer not to remember him like that. Unfortunately, Nick's been like I said, he's not himself anymore. It's been 2,100 and something days. I'm not sure the exact date, but it's been over 2,000 days. He was shot during an ambush that targeted law enforcement almost near 6 years ago, and he's fighting for his life in the hospital again. I believe he has a staph infection. They said he is in critical condition due to a worsening infection, and his parents and everybody's asking for his prayers. They got a thing called Nick Tugay Strong. He was among several officers that were shot. It was July 17th, 2016. But he was shot in the head and abdomen area and stuff like that with high-powered rifle. He did survive, but he's not doing good in the hospital right now. And so just pray for him. They said they don't know if he's going to make it through this or not. So wasn't trying to get all sad or nothing on y'all, but like I said, this is the guy that I remember right here. So y'all just if you're praying people, just pray for him. If not, just send some good thoughts his way towards for his parents and stuff like that. So let's start with all the insanity. I know I'm always giving California, state of Washington, Illinois, all that everything. I always say how much of their shithole and everything else. Well, I don't do it just for everybody else. Some parts of Louisiana is turning into pretty much a shithole too. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, some of these bigger cities. I mean, it's just as bad as them other big cities. It's like, the murder rate in Baton Rouge and stuff is ridiculous. We're going to talk about some of it. Of course, like I said, a lot of it is. I got some stuff from all around the state. All around the state and everything, but most of it's from Baton Rouge, New Orleans area, 'cause that's the area that I'm from. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get started in it. And, Bam sent me something, so I'm cutting out some. Don't know why. I think my feed says it's excellent, so I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. Just going to keep going. Do the best I can. So we're going to start off with the stories. I think I wrote down 14 of them. So probably run through some pretty quick. I won't keep y'all here all night if you're listening. I don't have a lot of people in here right now. It's like I said, it's really an off night, so wasn't expecting a crap ton of people in here anyway. Get to the story. This first story actually happened, it came out today. It's two little pictures up right here. All of that is bricks of cocaine. It's happened around in Covington. State Police, that's in between, it's closer to New Orleans, but not quite. It's kind of a suburb. State Police stopped an 18-wheeler for a routine traffic stop on I-12 Monday morning, but ended up seizing over 120 pounds of cocaine. Troopers became suspicious of criminal activity during the traffic stop and requested permission to search the vehicle. I'm assuming that these guys gave them permission or they got a warrant or something. According to state police, during the search, officers found an amount of cocaine estimated to be worth $5.5 million. I guess that's $5.5 million worth of cocaine right there. The two men from New York, 32-year-old Melvin Contreras and 40-year-old Pedro Sartina or something like that. They were booked into the St. Tammany Parish Jail on drug-related charges for possession of illegal narcotics. According to state police, this case has been referred to federal authorities. I can tell you what, these two guys that were transporting this drug, they're probably safer in jail right now, because I'm sure whoever owned these drugs or whoever was supposed to receive these drugs, if they had already paid for them, are going to be very, very mad. Sure, they got some cartel people that are not happy. I mean, they know they probably lose so much of it, but 5.5 million, I don't know. To me, that's a lot. So I'd be very, very upset that if I had $5.5 million in drugs just missing. But if you ever want to know what $5.5 million worth of cocaine look like, that's what it is. I would think it would be a whole lot more also, but I guess cocaine's still really expensive. Next up, we're going to travel on down to New Orleans. Talk about this young fella right here. It's up there. Not somebody you can want as your next door neighbor also. This was off of Channel 8 out of New Orleans. It says balcony bar shooting appears to have been targeted. Reputed gang member source. He was targeted. The gunfire that wounded 6 people at Magazine Street's balcony bar late Friday appeared to have targeted a reputed New Orleans gang member who recently was released after a murder case against him fell apart. Law enforcement sources told Fox 8. Authorities speaking on condition of anonymity confirmed that 23-year-old Nairobi Davis was one of 2 men wounded when gunmen pulled up, opened fire after they spotted him leaving the uptown New Orleans bar. 4 women also struck in their legs and lower bodies in the hail of the estimated 50 bullets. Appear to have been collateral damage for the gunmen who fled the scene. The women, who were their ages ranged from 23 to 35 years old, each arrived at the hospital for treatment in stable condition. The 27-year-old man accompanied Davis is believed to have returned fire, leading the NOPD to describe the 10:17 p.m. incident as a shootout. No arrests have been made, and police have not identified the gunman who initiated the exchange. Neither Mayor Latoya Cantrell, which is just a piece of work all in by herself. I blame her for a lot of this shit that's going on down there. Nor the police superintendent, Sean Ferguson, has commented on the mass shooting in the Garden District occurring on the first weekend that thousands of tourists have arrived for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. Personally, I wouldn't go to New Orleans for no Jazz and Heritage Festival. Like I said, they just had another shooting down there recently. I think 12 people were hit or something like that. It's just completely insane. And they were going after this guy because he obviously must have allegedly, our favorite word, killed somebody, and they didn't have enough evidence, or they intimidated some witnesses or something like that, and so they dropped the case against him and he got out. Now they're coming back for revenge. So that's all this is. And then they'll probably end up killing him, and then his people will go kill somebody else. They all know who did this shit. He knows who shot at him and stuff like that, but they'll never say. So all we can hope for is that two innocent bystanders don't get hit. These people need to go to somewheres and learn how to fucking shoot, because they're always hitting everybody and killing people that they're not even aiming at. They just go out there and just spray bullets everywhere. It's, and they got nerve. Well, that's what I think right there. They got real nerve to call themselves gangsters, real gangsters and mobsters. They only killed the person that they were after. They didn't just mow down everybody. So find a new nickname for yourself. But that guy up there, he'll probably, he's going to probably be in a coffin before the year's out. I would not doubt it at all. 'Cause, you live that life, that's where he's going to end up going. This next story is out of Iberia, I believe, New Iberia Parish or something. It's a New Iberia suspect is in critical condition after police returned fire in a downtown Lafayette shooting spree. Okay, down in Lafayette. A New Iberia man faces 11 counts of attempted first-degree murder after Lafayette police say he opened fire in downtown Lafayette Sunday morning, which is a pretty bustling area. Carl DeMark Thompson, 40, of New Iberia, faces 11 counts of attempted first-degree murder and 1 count of illegal use of weapons. He is in critical condition after police responded to the scene, returned fire, and struck him. Let's hope he just expires so he saves the taxpayers some money. According to the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, which is investigating the matter due to the police being involved, 3 officers discharged their weapons. All 3 have been placed on administrative leave with pay while investigation is underway, which is standard procedure. The Lafayette Police Department wants the community to know that this was not a mass shooting. We have no evidence to indicate this and that this was a pre-planned event, said Lafayette Police Sergeant Robin Green. Green said the shooting occurred in the 500 block of Jefferson Street just before 2 a.m. Sunday. 11 people were injured in the shooting spree, though none sustained life-threatening injuries except for Thompson. Green said it remains unclear if any of the victims know the gunman or he was just shooting at random people. Well, I don't know. I guess I will have to go. What's up, Melissa? I guess I would have to go look up the definition of mass shooting, because to me, when you have how many people they say? 12 people shot or something like that. I got nobody died, but that sounds like a mass shooting to me. That's a lot of people, but they don't want to see what it is. These places don't want to classify this shit as mass shooting because it's not real good for tourists and stuff like that. People just don't want to go take a chance, Of course, they say if anybody has the information, call the Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 337-232-TIPS. That's it for right now. We'll see if I don't have a picture of him. We'll see if the dirtbag survives or makes it, because he allegedly did it, even though, they saw him doing it. But we got to use our favorite word. I'm going to make a shirt up that says allegedly on it. Oh, and this is one of our old podcast shirt. We might bring back. We'll see. We've been asked. We've had requests to bring it back. Start doing it again. It's just finding the time. Oh, there won't be no hot nuts either because all of these, damn near all these stories are hot nuts. they could all be hot nut stories. Also, over the weekend, I'm not going to do the whole story. I didn't pull view. I don't know if y'all know how some of these big cities and stuff, these people come out and they block the road and they do like these burnout shit in circles and just, I don't know what the cool thing is about it, but they do it. Well, that recently happened here this weekend in Baton Rouge, and there was a couple places that had happened, and then I think this story we're going to talk about is related to that. This man right here. Let's see. 3. Him. And this lady right here. Unfortunately. This young lady right here. This woman was killed Saturday night after an erratic driver allegedly ran a red light and crashed into her vehicle while fleeing from police. The Baton Rouge Police Department said Darren Rogers, 22, was arrested after running a red light at the intersection of Scenic Highway and Fuca Street, crashing into another vehicle. Cheryl Weston, 49, was killed in the crash. This lady right here minding her own business, and now she's no longer with us. Well, he didn't need to be doing that, Melissa. Told him he didn't need them racing tires either. Police said they attempted to stop Rogers when they noticed his vehicle speeding and driving the wrong way on Choctaw Drive near North Acadian Thruway, nearly striking several other vehicles. Rogers repeatedly fled as police turned on their lights and sirens for a traffic stop. He drove into oncoming traffic, ran multiple red lights, and traveled speeds estimated in excess of 100 miles an hour while he was trying to get away. When Rogers tried to speed through a red light at Scenic Highway, he crashed into the driver's side of Miss Weston's car as she was driving through the intersection. Miss Weston sustained fatal injuries and died at the scene, police said. Rogers sustained, of course, minor injuries, which is just bullshit. This lady died minding her own business, not doing nothing. This dude's breaking the law, running from cops and everything, and what, scratches his pinky or something. It's ridiculous. He was booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on charge of manslaughter, aggravated flight from an officer, red light violation, driving on the wrong side of the highway. See, because of what he was doing when he crashed and this lady got killed, I think they should change some kind of law and because he was trying to escape, breaking all kind of laws and fleeing, that should be a murder charge. He should get a lot more time, because this lady here probably had kids. She has a family. She could have a husband. I mean, you don't know, but now her family is devastated. And this guy actually has already bonded out of jail. I don't know, but he's bonded out. He's out. She's dead. Out on bond free in the funeral home. How is that right? How's that right? Because he's stupid. It's not. This dude here. And I'm telling you, and he'll probably end up with some kind of probation or something. I'm willing to bet. These judges will slap him on the hands, depending on what kind of criminal history he has. And he'll still be free, or he'll still be alive. And this lady will be dead still. Where's the justice for her? So, let's move on from this. Stuff like this just pisses me off, that this woman lost her life because this idiot over here just didn't want to get a ticket or go to jail. He wouldn't have went to jail. He'd probably got a whole bunch of tickets. But now this lady's dead. He still got out of jail. So you tell me, where's the justice in that? The next one's pretty interesting. This man right here. This guy right here. Right there. That guy. With that look on his face, I don't know why he looks like that. It's out of Napoleonville. A former political candidate was arrested Friday after allegedly filming unknown minors and adults in public restrooms. He's a pervert. This man right here is a pervert. He's filming women in bathroom. You're a sick pervert. An Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office said 28-year-old Seth Glenn Bro, see him right there, Mr. Pervert. He is a former Chamber of Commerce, former chairman of the Assumption Parish Chamber of Commerce, was taken into custody on felony sex crime charges Friday after allegedly videoing minors as they used the restroom at a local business in Napoleonville. When authorities responded to the business on Tuesday, Bro had already left the scene. Though investigation, detectives were able to identify Bro as a suspect, and they collected evidence that he was in the bathroom at the same time a male juvenile was in the neighboring stall. So now he's doing, like, yeah, I ain't gotta say it. In the search of Mr. Perverted pedophile's home, detectives discovered electronic evidence linking him to the crime, as well as similar recordings of another male juvenile and 2 adult males from Tuesday. Bro turned himself in to the Assumption Parish Detention Center on Friday afternoon. He was booked on charges of video voyeurism and indecent behavior with juveniles, deputies said. Bro was previously arrested in 2020 for allegedly filming a man in the public restroom of Fred's Highway 30 truck stop in St. Gabriel. The Advocate reported in 2020 that he was arrested for additional unrelated video voyeurism charges relating to incidents at the Tanger Outlet Mall in Gonzales also. So this dude, he likes to look at little boys' pee-pees, and and grown men's also. He likes the penis, and he's just a sick penis person. He is just this dude. That's why he's got that look on his face. He's just he needs to. Hopefully he'll get what he'll meet. Maybe he'll drop the soap. Because I think he's like that. But he's a sick bastard. I don't understand people that get turned on or get any pleasure from little children, especially. But obviously he just, it don't matter if it's children or grown men. He just likes to look at the penis. So let's get the penis puffer or whatever he wants to be off the screen. You just want to punch him in the face. He's a piece of crap. All right, this next one. Let's see, number 6, right there. This fella right here. Moving right along. An erratic driver was arrested after a traffic stop turned into a high-speed chase. Drugs and gun were found in the vehicle. I believe he got that neck brakes after because of, I think he crashed. In Baton Rouge, a man was arrested on a Madrid of charges Friday after driving erratically and leading a high-speed chase with drugs and a gun inside of the vehicle. East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office said they tried to initiate a traffic stop Friday after they noticed Mr. Marquise Thomas, 19, wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and he wasn't using his blinker. He should have went back and listened to my blinker fluid episode. It explains to you how to change your blinker fluid and keep your blinker fluid topped off at all times, so your blinker will always work. You got to check your blinker fluid levels at all times, because if it runs low on blinker fluid, it may not blink. He was on Lobdell Boulevard from Choctaw Drive. Deputies said when they turned on their lights and siren, Thomas sped away, driving recklessly through an apartment complex with no due regard to anyone else's safety inside. Thomas drove through the complex to Lobwood Drive, speeding and turning onto Wooddale Boulevard and Tom Drive. Upon reaching the end of Tom Drive, Thomas lost control of his vehicle and almost hit another car that had to swerve out of the way, according to the sheriff's office. Deputies said Thomas proceeded to strike a DOTD traffic control sign box and crash into a light pole. Thomas then exited the crashed vehicle, and the chase continued on foot. But now he has a neck breaking on. He was able to get out that car and take off running after the crash, but now he's got neck injury. What's he going to do? Sue himself? Thomas was eventually apprehended when he fell down in the middle of Lobdell Boulevard. Authorities found fentanyl powder, crushed fentanyl pills, and a digital pocket scale on his person. They also discovered a loaded semi-automatic handgun on the floor of the vehicle. The sheriff's office says Thomas was brought to the hospital for treatment of the crash injuries and was later booked into the Baton Rouge Parish Prison. He faces the following charges: failure to signal an improper turn, reckless operation of a vehicle, seatbelt violation, that's important, aggravated flight from an officer, aggravated criminal damage to property, illegal carrying of weapons with drugs, possession of Schedule 1, possession of Schedule 2, possession of drug paraphernalia, and failure to stop at stop signs. I know it sounds stupid, but the reason they got that seatbelt violation here is that was their probable cause for the stop. So that's why they went ahead and charged him. That's why they went ahead and charged him on that one. But now he's got a neck injury. Poor baby, right? At least he didn't kill nobody or hurt nobody when he was running. So he's probably out of jail too already, most likely. They're all hot nuts. Next story is this one's messed up too. What number are we on? 7. Picture number 7. This lady right here. She is she's a very, very good coach at a high school. Not really. This happened in St. Martinville. A high school volleyball coach was arrested Saturday morning after, our favorite word, after she allegedly punched a councilwoman at a political rally Friday night. According to the news, St. Martinville Senior High School volleyball coach, Miss Lucinda Darby, this is her right here. This is Lucinda. Don't piss Lucinda off. She got into an argument with Parish Councilwoman Tangi Narissi during a political rally for Mayor Melinda Mitchell at Easy Bar and Grill. Deputies said the councilwoman told Darby this is not the place to discuss this before she was punched in the face. Darby was booked on battery charges. It don't say nothing about her school job, but I'm sure it's not looking good for her. She thought she was spiking the ball, just punched somebody in the face. I wish they said what they were arguing about. That's what I'm interested in. But she got arrested. She's probably out of jail too. That's like simple battery. It's a misdemeanor, but it don't look good when you were. It must not look good when you're the teacher and you're out there, fighting people in the streets. Moving on. This next one was in, I believe, in Baton Rouge also. It's from the Advocate. Baton Rouge police identified the victim in a Friday afternoon shooting as Nico Haney, 18 years old. Nico was a homeless man at 18. The shooting happened around 1:15 p.m. in the 11500 block of North Harrells Ferry Road. The PD said he died at the scene. Investigation is underway. If you have any information on it, it's 225-389-4869. You can call. Probably another homeless man shot him or something like that. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. It is bad. I mean, poor kid was already homeless, and he gets wasted. I mean, it's messed up. But that's Baton Rouge around here. It's not safe to go anywheres. Next story. A Louisiana man is arrested for cruelty to juveniles. This man right here. Right there. He looks like he's pissed off, too. Looks like he's mad at the world. That's a nice neck tattoo. Not really. I'm not a big fan of the neck tattoo. I like tattoos just where you can hide them if you have to be. Louisiana man was arrested for cruelty to juveniles after a hospital reported a 2-year-old with severe injuries. So he allegedly must have beat the shit out of a 2-year-old, which, I mean, that's just horrible. This is out of Sulphur, Louisiana. According to the Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office, on April 28th at approximately 3 p.m., Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office was dispatched to a local hospital in reference to a 2-year-old girl who had severe injuries all over her body. Detectives learned during the initial investigation that the 2-year-old and a 4-year-old were in the care of this man, Justin D. Silva, 21 years old, of Sulphur, Louisiana. Silva was also found to have physically abused both of the children, according to the investigation. Silva was arrested and booked into the Calcasieu Parish Correctional Center and charged with second-degree cruelty to juveniles and cruelty to juveniles. His bond was not yet been set. Good. He's still sitting in jail then. Due to the severity of the injuries, the 2-year-old was airlifted to a hospital outside of town, and she is in critical condition. So the 2-year-old must be really bad off. What could a child of both of those that young, 2 and 4 years old, do to make a grown man that mad that you're going to beat them like that? Piece of shit. Maybe him and the perv can share a cell together, and the perv can pretend while they're in jail he's taking pictures of his PP, and then he can beat him up so he can feel like he's still beating his kids. They're just pieces of shit. I don't know. I mean, what's wrong with the world? Like I said, I think the Matrix is glitching. You got people like this. I mean, assuming they were his own kids. I mean, I've been mad at my kids before, not bad enough to beat them to an inch of their life, though. Just pieces of shit. Let me get a sip of this banana whiskey with the peach. It's delicious. Let's go on to another shooting in Baton Rouge. 3 people shot, 2 of them fatally, on Boulevard de Provence this past Friday. This past Friday was really busy. 2 people are dead and a third is in critical condition after a shooting Friday night in the 1700 block of Boulevard de Provence. Baton Rouge Police Department said Jalen Carlin, 23, of North Harrells Ferry Road, and Ryan Priest, 38, who was homeless. I guess we just read that part of it. I didn't realize this was connected. A third male was brought to the hospital with critical injuries. The investigation is ongoing. So this was Friday. Of course, that guy died and another person died. I mean, and this is just right here in Baton Rouge. North Harrells Ferry used to be a decent area. Not no more. Stay out of Baton Rouge. Stay Stay out of New Orleans. The new state tourism motto will be come visit Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Our state motto is duck and cover. Duck and cover. Duck and cover is our state motto now. Keep from getting your head blowed off. Here, I probably didn't see this one coming. This story here. You see this old man right here? See it? Right here. See Pawpaw? Pawpaw right here. Now, what did he do to get arrested? This is out of West Monroe, which is way up north in Louisiana. In West Monroe, Louisiana. On Thursday, Ouachita Parish Sheriff deputies responded to a trespassing complaint at a local store at the 5300 block of Cypress Street. The store manager advised deputies that they asked this man right here, Dale S. Rickner, 84 years old. He allegedly made sexual comments to female employees. I mean, hey girl, sure you look good. That nice fat ass. I mean, he's 84 years old. The reason this has made the news is Mr. Dale S. Rickner, 84, right here, is the former retired sheriff of East Carroll Parish. He's retired sheriff. That's why it made the news. According to the manager, Rickner refused to leave the premises, which forced the manager to call authorities. Deputy advised him of his Miranda rights. And while he was being advised of his rights, Mr. Rickner looked at the deputies in his loud, commanding sheriff voice and was just being really rude. And one of the deputies attempted to place him in handcuffs. He began to pull away. Now, you don't want to slam an 84-year-old man on the ground for resisting arrest. He's 84. Pretty sure his bones are pretty fragile and break a hip. I mean, he's 84. I mean, if you're gonna be overpowered by an 84-year-old man, get a new job. So I don't believe they did that to him. I'm just saying what you're thinking as a cop doing it. According to deputies, they advised Rickner that he was under arrest, and he allegedly advised deputies, and he turned around and advised them that he would catch them out of their uniforms and kick their heads in. So the 84-year-old former sheriff told the deputies he was going to be whipping some ass once he got out. He was arrested and transported to Ouachita Parish Correctional Center, and he was charged with criminal trespass and 2 counts of resisting an officer. Didn't say what his bond was. He was probably ROR'd. That's what I'm thinking. But he wasn't none too happy. I'd love to know exactly what he said to these ladies. I'd love to know the exact quotes. I mean, were they just like freaked out because the old man was hitting on him or whatever? I mean, maybe he just got his Viagra refilled or something. I don't know. I mean, it's freedom of speech. He probably, but like I said, because they didn't arrest him for no sexual assault stuff or anything. He didn't touch no women. He just, hey baby, you got milk or something. I don't know. But he got arrested for trespassing and resisting arrest. That's what he got arrested for. I don't know. He might have dementia like our sleeper in chief over there or something like that. I mean, probably be on the same thing. Ronald says I should get a co-host to interact with viewers. Well, you know what, Ronald? Why don't you come back tomorrow and interact with my dick, because I'll have a co-host tomorrow. I'm just doing my Louisiana Crime tonight, so giving my co-host a break. So, how's that? Bring some polish with you. Next story. This ought to piss y'all off right here. This right here. See this little girl right here? That's a pretty little girl. Yeah, I know you can see my hands doing it all for you, Roy. This story ought to make everybody that's in here mad, just mad. She was 3 years old, and this was out of New Orleans. A toddler that was killed in the French Quarter home on Tuesday reportedly used a firearm left unattended with the safety off to fire the shot that killed her. 3-year-old Autumn Bartholomew had access to a gun left on the back of the toilet in the home. The 9mm pistol was loaded and apparently did not have a safety. Autumn fired one shot into her nostril that killed her, New Orleans police said. Police charged Autumn's brother, 18-year-old Donnell Bartholomew, for negligent homicide. While in custody, police also charged him with second-degree murder related to another death last September. I guess the gun linked up to another person he murdered, and he kept the gun. But unfortunately, she's 3 years old. 3-year-olds are going to pick stuff up and play with them. She probably had no idea what a gun was. She probably thought it was a toy or a squirt gun or something like that, and accidentally blows her own head off. This little girl right here. I hope besides him being a murderer, and that's his sister, I hope his mental, I mean, I just hope he's ready to, like, just, not going to say it. There's a short end of a sheet somewhere, so that's all I'm saying. Because, I mean, negligent, totally negligent. This pretty little girl ain't never going to get a chance to do nothing. And, well, like I say, he's a dirtbag brother. He's a murderer. I taught my guns and I taught my children about guns their entire life growing up, so we didn't have these kind of incidences. But when you're a dirtbag, you probably wasn't supposed to have a gun in the first place. Moving on. This lady right here, this is Roy's future wife. He could go bond her out. She might already be out on Roy's frequent flyer of datainmate.com. Even after his free 5-day trial period was up, he pays for it now. See your next one right here, Roy. Right here. One day. That's new. This is out of Lincoln Parish, Louisiana. She was a former coroner. The coroner who was in the office at the time of Ronald Green's death and cleared the way for his cremation was arrested on drug charges in Lincoln Parish last month. Abby Moon is booked on multiple felony counts of obtaining controlled dangerous substance by fraud. Moon faces at least 21 counts. That is that's a lot of counts of drugs, huh? I don't know, Roy. That's probably gonna be a big ass bond. Documents show Moon was the coroner at the time. Some within the state police were trying to hide evidence of the cover up of Ronald Green's death. I don't think I've ever covered that on here. It's a big case going on. I mean, they've had, I think one state trooper committed suicide over it. They got a whole bunch of people that are under investigation, including very high top people in the Louisiana State Police and stuff like that. And then I'll give you a little short thing. Ronald Green was involved in a pursuit. I think he crashed out or something like that. And they're saying that, the state police claim that he died from the accident, but they have body camera footage that shows that did not happen. It don't appear that it happened anyway, and it's just a big cluster right now. So I'll probably eventually talk about it once it's all said and done, but it's a big cluster. It said Green died after a high-speed chase in the Monroe area. Initially, his family was told that he died from a crash, but body camera video that were leaked out years after his death showed he was brutally beaten. FBI revisited Green's autopsy amid a criminal investigation into the troopers involved and rejected the theory that Green died from injuries sustained in a crash. Moon was a no-show at a committee hearing at the state capitol Thursday where lawmakers seek the truth tied to Green's death. During the hearing, top state police brass admitted that Ronald Green's death was torture and murder, and they believe the agencies covered up Green's death. So, I guess she was the coroner and authorized the cremation of him, so they couldn't, dig him up and redo an autopsy or nothing like that. So, I guess they looked at her really hard, and she had a whole bunch of drugs. She's now sitting in jail, or was. No, it's here in all this is Louisiana, Ronald. Louisiana. This Louisiana Crime, Part 3. Trey. Alright. Last story of the night. Just going to town on it. Do I have a picture? Yeah, I got a picture. Roy, I think she's single too. There you go. There you go. Yes, that is a woman. That's the first thing I asked myself too. I was like, wait a second, that dude is out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A woman who was booked last year in a murder case, that's her right there, that never went to trial is back in jail after she allegedly set a car on fire next to someone's home. Teresa Scott was booked Wednesday night related to an arson reported on April the 6th. An arrest warrant said Scott and another unidentified person were seen igniting the fire, which also damaged a nearby home. I think she burned her chest right here. That's just a really ugly, ugly tattoo. Moving to Covington, huh? Scott was booked Wednesday on charges of simple arson. Witnesses said Scott tampered with security cameras, though the crime could not be caught on camera, but investigators later obtained pictures showing Scott on the scene. Last reported on Scott last year that she was accused of shooting a woman to death on Plank Road, where Scott was booked for second-degree murder in that killing, and a grand jury opted to not formally charge her, leaving her case in limbo. So, obviously, she's a bad girl. Don't understand that whole tattoo thing going on there and stuff like that. It's horrible. She was in jail. I don't know if she bonded out or they just gave her an RR bond. And it's all right. Going out there, be good. Be good, though. Don't break the law. Don't set stuff on fire. You be a good girl. And she'll listen. Yeah. So I'm not putting that up on for everybody to see there, Roy. You're trying to get put in YouTube jail also, I see. So that's all the stories for now. I still have a lot more of them. I mean, Louisiana's went plumb freaking just crazy too around here, like I said. So if I call where you live at a shithole, hey, I'm calling where I live at a shithole also. The whole country's just turned into a shithole. I guess we're going to have to move to be mountain men up there, live in the mountains and drink goat milk and eat worms or something. I don't know. But like I said, the whole country's just turning into a big shithole. But so if I call your state of your city, wherever you live, a shithole, don't take offense to it. Come back tomorrow. We will be doing the midweek news, which is regular. Me and Holster will be here. The box will not be here. He has some studying to do and 2 book reports to write. They told him that if he got this done, that they would finally give him his 3rd grade diploma, and he is excited as hell about that. So y'all hoping, y'all keep your fingers crossed that the box, right? I think he's doing a report on Sesame Street back in the day about Oscar the Grouch and his uncleanliness. That's what he's doing his report on. So, and Freebird will not be here. He's got some personal stuff he has to take care of, and probably gonna call him and check on him just a little bit. But Freebird's not gonna be here, so it's gonna be like back old school days. Me and Holster is gonna be here. Maybe it depends on if his mouth is healed up from all the shit that has been coming out of it and the smart assness. I mean, I don't know. It might be working. So I don't know. It might not be working. They might have to use some breath mints to get the taste and the smell out of his mouth. Like I said at the beginning, y'all remember Nick. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers, or however you are right here. Not doing real good in the hospital right now, and he might not make it out. We don't know. So keep Nick and his family in your thoughts. Other than that, until tomorrow night, some more good stories. Maybe a little more fun, funnier, however you want to say it, because I have stuff people to bounce stuff off of. Not sure yet if there's going to be a guest for Sunday's episode, but there may be a guest. I'm not going to say no name. I did get in touch with somebody today that would be a phenomenal guest that has been on TV with investigations and all kinds of stuff like that. I'm hoping it comes through, but I'm not putting no names out just in case it don't. But he was said he did want to come on the podcast. So I'm a little excited about that one. So hopefully that works itself out. If not, I do have some very, very funny stories to tell. I've had some very different traffic stops over this past week, and I just had one yesterday. Just they might be talking about that story. We'll just call this lady Miss Mamu. So hopefully we'll be telling that story soon anyway. But come back tomorrow. Go like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when we go live. And till tomorrow night.
Thanks for watching. And remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you. We're out.